Hey guys, Weeb Goku 2 here, and today I decided that I'm gonna redo every single power scaling video I have done on my TikTok. On my TikTok, I did how strong is Goku, how strong is Mewtwo, how strong is Arceus, how strong is GT Goku, and how strong is Sonic the Hedgehog. I've already completed how strong is Goku and how strong is Mewtwo, and you guys should totally check that out, shameless plug. But today, I will be doing how strong is Sonic. I hope you guys enjoy, and please like and subscribe. In the start of Sonic the Hedgehog's journey, he's able to defeat Silver Sonic, who was being empowered by a Chaos Emerald. Not just that, in Sonic Fighters, Sonic's fighting lots of foes who are being powered by a Chaos Emerald, yet he's still being able to beat them quite easily. We see later on in the story that even one Chaos Emerald can move around planet fragments and split the entire Earth, which has been calculated to be around Dwarf Star level. Not just that, but early in Sonic's journey, Sonic is able to dodge lasers, giving him around faster than light speeds. Sonic continues his journey and eventually achieves Super Sonic, a state where Sonic becomes a golden god that is basically immune to everything except for drowning, being squished, and well, he's not as invincible as you think, but pretty much in this state, he's invulnerable to all types of damage, except drowning and being squished and falling out of bounds, but we'll ignore that. We see later on in the story that the power of Super Sonic gives Sonic the ability to fight multiversal gods alongside his future self. So this Sonic should be around multiversal, if not higher. Despite that, while Super Sonic was flying, Knuckles was able to appear out the ground and defeat Sonic in one punch. But in all fairness, Super Sonic was caught off guard, and we see later on in the story, even if you're caught off guard, it can be over for you no matter your transformation. So this isn't like a multiversal Knuckles feat or anything like that. Later in the game, Sonic finally has a chance to have an actual fight with Knuckles, and during this battle, Sonic can come out on top by himself without Tails or Super Sonic's help. The same Knuckles, who later in the story, he's extremely fatigued after the fight with Sonic, and later comes in contact with Mecha Sonic, and was able to fight off Mecha Sonic, who should be stronger than Metal Sonic, who was able to fight Sonic and Sonic CD. So Sonic fought a Knuckles at full power, who even while fatigued could defeat a stronger version of Metal Sonic who could probably match CD Sonic. I'd say around this point, Sonic should be no longer the Dwarf Star tiers and maybe on the higher ends or lower ends of Star tier. And then we get to Sonic 4 and nothing really interesting happens there, so we'll just continue on to the more modern games. As Sonic has grown taller and stronger, Sonic should be above his classic self, who could fight many fighters with the Chaos Emerald, and should be stronger than Chaos, since he defeated Chaos multiple times with multiple Chaos Emeralds, making Sonic should be around large star level, seeing that even one of those Chaos Emeralds can equal to Dwarf Star levels of power. Later in the game, Sonic beats Shadow the Hedgehog, and Shadow the Hedgehog is able to easily match Sonic in their second encounter. But in their final encounter, Sonic the Hedgehog comes out to be the strongest, showing that Sonic has gone even stronger than his past self, despite only a few days or hours passing. Sonic only grows stronger after this, seeing that after Sonic becomes Super Sonic and defeats the Bio-Lizard, Sonic then fights Shadow once again in Sonic Heroes, alongside Knuckles and Tails, while Shadow's teamed up with Rouge and Omega. Sonic also beats Shadow again, and then later on in the story, he defeats Metal Overlord by going Super Sonic and empowering Tails and Knuckles with Chaos Energy. Then we get to everyone's least favorite Sonic game, Sonic 06. In Sonic 06, Base Sonic doesn't really do much, but Super Sonic does. Super Sonic, alongside Super Shadow and Super Silver, fights Solaris. I think so you say his name right. Is that you saying his name right? I don't know. Solaris is planning to destroy the entire multiverse. That would also include the imaginary world, which is an infinite-sized 4D dimension. If Sonic, Shadow, and Silver did not stop Solaris, the entire universe and time itself would have been destroyed. Next is Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic doesn't really do anything, too important in this story that put him anywhere higher than he is already. But then we get to Sonic Generations. In Sonic Generations, he meets his past self, or his other dimension self. I'm still confused in that part, but it doesn't matter. In this game, Sonic can easily defeat Shadow, Silver, and Metal Sonic, and Sonic can also fight Silver and Metal Sonic as well. Not just that, but each and every one of them are holding a Chaos Emerald, which means it's possible that they're being amped while Sonic is fighting them. At the end of the game, Sonic does what Sonic does and goes Super Sonic, and along with his classic self, they were able to defeat Time Eater and save the day. Then we get the Sonic Forces, and at this point in the story, Sonic is absolutely busted. In the beginning of the story, Sonic fights Infinite, who's being powered by the Phantom Ruby. Infinite has statements saying that he's the strongest villain thus far, which will put him above Time Eater and Solaris. Not just that, Infinite blatantly just dodges Sonic's attacks and completely pummels him to the ground with little difficulty. Sonic was later captured and stuck on the Death Egg and was being tortured for months there. Despite that, Sonic was able to break out, defeat Zavok, or however you say his name, and then eventually met Infinite once again. In their rematch, Infinite admits that Sonic has improved in strength, but even still, Infinite is able to destroy Sonic and then see Sonic as worth defeating, and dips. Sonic, after defeating phantom clones of all of his past enemies, finally meets Infinite once again. Sonic, with the help of Gadget, was able to defeat Infinite, and Infinite was on the floor, groveling, leaving Sonic and Gadget as the winner. That means base Sonic should be around low complex multiversal. And finally, we make it to Sonic Frontiers. In this game, Sonic fights the Titans, and every time Sonic has encountered these Titans, Sonic's base form was not enough to defeat them and was quickly overpowered. Which means these random Titans should be far stronger than characters like Infinite and many other past villains. Despite that, Super Sonic was able to quite easily handle all of them, and they can't do any damage to Super Sonic during the battle, only knocking him away every now and then. Sonic later defeats all the Titans, and then later unlocks a new transformation thanks to the cyber corruption that was affecting him. Unfortunately, we don't really get a good scale on it. All we know is that's far stronger than Super Sonic, and that's about it. We'll probably never see it again because the cyber corruption is gone. Very unfortunate. Now for the results. I say base Sonic scales the low complex multiversal, seeing that Infinite is stronger than Solaris. This same Solaris which could destroy the entire multiverse and could destroy the imaginary world or the dream world. I'll just call it the imaginary world. And the imaginary world is an infinite-sized fourth dimensional plane of existence. Not just that, but the imaginary world is implied to have its own multiverses along with that. And Super Sonic scales far, far, far higher than base Sonic in terms of AP. And for speed, I'll give Sonic Infinite a possibly immeasurable speed. I say this because Sonic can fly through erased time. And, well, that's it. Alright, see y'all later. Please subscribe. My goal is 100 subscribers. Bye!
Around just to find out. I walk these grounds, these streets, these sounds. There's no peace. I'm all out, I'm all out, all out. Let's rent a car, let's go to Europe. I know that it's far, but that gives it purpose, 'cause Florida is my oldest enemy. I'm just trying to get far enough to make some new memories. I'm up, I'm down, I hate this town. I fucked around just to find out. I walk these grounds, these streets, these sounds. There's no peace. I'm all out.